Good morning folks, the penultimate video, coaching video today, Friday the 12th of February. Again, cold day, so I've got all my layers off. I'm not really this rotund. I'm going to keep my gloves on, I'm certainly not taking them off. So we're going to talk today finally about the plane in a little bit more detail to give you a different perspective. The plane of the swing is so crucial because it's the angle that we take the club back and deliver it back to the ball. And we know it's an arc, it's an inverted circle because we bend over to dress, but we're going to go to a different angle today to try and make it even more clear. So normally we would stand, of course, bent over to dress, so the inverted circle would start down where the club head is and the top of the circle would be up here somewhere. Think of it as a big sort of table, round table, or a big dinner plate, something like that. And I'm trying to swing along that plane and come back as close to that as I can. Let's take golf to a different level. Let's assume that the ball, rather than being on the ground, is now at chest high. So the club head now is addressing the ball on a very, very high tee. And again, imagine this table, circular table, and I'm standing in the middle in a hole in the table, and my club head is on the perimeter of the circle, the circumference of the circle. And there it is addressing the ball. And I want to try and hit that ball, obviously, straight down the middle. So think of this tabletop now, okay, it's obviously horizontal. As I take the club back, I want to keep the club head around that circle. I don't want to take it out up above it or beneath it because then I'm off plane. The distance away from the ball, of course, is dictated by the shaft of the club you're using, and for me as a right-hander, the left arm, which must remain comfortably straight. And for the club to stay on plane on the way back, the right arm must hinge to allow that to happen. So now as I come back, I'm coming back on the same plane. I'm not dropping it underneath the table or coming over the top of the table. I'm coming back on the same plane to try and deliver that club straight at the back of the ball. Okay, so if I do it from this side again, address it as if it's the ball's on a tee chest high. And again, as I go back, I'm trying to swing it around that arc of that circle. And once I get the feeling of that, then we can gradually just start to bend over a little bit more. So now my tabletop is tipped over slightly, but I'm still going back along that same plane, and eventually, of course, we can go back down to ground level, where now the angle of the table or the plane is obviously specific to the club head being on the ground. So I know some of the old-time players, I know Sam Snead was a great believer, and a guy called Horton Smith, of practicing swinging the club at chest high to get the feeling of that. And hopefully when we talk about plane and so on, that will give you a slightly better idea of what we are meaning by the discussion. I still think that Hogan's book, Fundamentals, is still one of the best in terms of the description about it and the drawings, and they use panes of glass, and that's a book going many, many decades ago, and I don't think there's anything better than that that's been brought out since then. So if you have got it, maybe reread that or relook at it. If you haven't got it, I think it's still worth buying. So that's the plane of the swing. Hopefully, again, that will help you understand it. These are things you can do at home while we're in lockdown at the moment. Look forward to seeing you on our last video, which is on Saturday, and all the very best. Bye-bye.